Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Wednesday afternoon, August 11th, and we are looking at Window Traders market profile of the SPY, IWM, and Triple Qs. And at least I had some time today, since the day was quiet. I listened to Anthony Cudelli with Jim Dalton on YouTube. That was very interesting. It's always nice to hear the two of them give their wisdom. Another quiet day. I will say this till the cows come home. Look, all time frames are up. The daily is now up for me. Came out of balance to up again. But exhaustion is setting in. I'm telling you, I don't know how these guys are keeping it up here. If they don't get some help at some point soon, boy, are we going to see some of these longs give it up. They need help. Interesting day once again. Let's start with Triple Qs. I mean, you talk about short-term traders and what they can do to a market. Triple Qs open up inside above the lower distribution from yesterday, take back both sets of single prints, only to have another double distribution day down. As they give everything up, never see the opening, and they had a pretty large set of single prints in D, a decent one in C, take it all back except for 5 cents. So they have another double distribution day and 10 wide. Russell, that's even more interesting. Basically an inside day yesterday. Came out of it, opened near the high of the day, literally drove straight down, almost $3. Come out of an inside day, basically the downside, only to what? From the day's low, one time frame up the entire afternoon and go out with a price probe. They have nothing to lean on except their price probe, which is L's high. So they have the day's high, the day's low, and the price probe. You couldn't sell it fast enough in the morning. You couldn't buy it fast enough in the afternoon. And for us, we've been doing what we have been doing. We go open at a new high. We actually gapped higher, filled the gap in A, attempted to push lower. Value went from high to overlapping the higher, only to end totally higher. Another wide POC, 9 wide. We never saw the opening. We got below the opening in A, never saw it again. Yet value is higher all day. That's bizarre. That's some bizarre market-generated information there. When you open up and don't get above the opening the whole day, odds are you're pushing pretty good down. Well, they tried early, and then that was it. The best volume was in D period. Then it dried up. And we did our grind up. I traded a little more today, but I didn't take a trade after H again. Had a good day. I took a long in A period when we filled the gap, basically against value as we were getting closer to value high from yesterday. Started with a smaller one, added a decent size of the 442 calls, and I got rewarded on that as it went back up. Did nothing in B or C. D now ripped down. Got to yesterday's POC. Kind of stopped there. I was like, okay, let's try this again. 442 calls again. Worked out as it went back up. We started with single prints. Actually, after that call play, when we went back up, I actually took a short in D then. The 444 puts. I'm like, well, right now D's high would be my out. So I got out of the call. It was a nice call. Took a short play before we got to A's low. And then that worked out as it pulled back. Then, even though we didn't fill single prints, E took out the day's low, but got nothing for it. I'm watching the volume. Like, there's nothing. We're getting some pretty light volume here. So I took another long at E's low, 442 calls, and took those back up into D period. So I had a very good morning, and then the only other trade I took was an H. I'm like, well, let's see. We filled the singles. Let's see if we, are we going to... Is there a possibility of an afternoon rally high? I didn't think so. We had overlapping higher value high. I'm like, let me just take a small short. I did. The 444s again. I got paid on it. And then that was it. We had poor highs in H, I, J, K, and L at one point before L finally popped. They tried an L and M, but could get nothing. The Three Stooges, I call K, L, and M the Three Stooges. Curly with a K, Larry, and Mo. They've been very quiet lately. Especially, Curly's been horrible lately. Mo is usually the big winner, but even he didn't do much today. Volume being a factor? Of course it is. 39 million shares. It is a factor. but it's only one factor. In the bigger picture, it will mean something at some point. As far as destinations, I'm only going to give you what transpired today. Today's high of 443.88, and then out overnight or pre-market all-time high of 443.96 from before the opening. For the downside, another wide POC. M and L's low of 433.38 of 9 wide. J's afternoon pullback of 443.12. Today's low of 442.62. Yesterday's low of 441.88. And then on the chart, so here's the daily. It was up 3-4 days ago. We took out the previous day's low 2 days ago. It came into a 2-day balance. Even though we made a new high yesterday, the way it closed, I'm like, I'm going to keep this in balance. Well, today when we gapped higher and we close above this 3 days, to me it's up. The range is pathetic. It's another $1.26 or something. So the ranges have been horrendous. We had a very nice range early in the month of August, I'm sorry. First day we did 372. The second day of August we did $5.17 range. We haven't done $2 since. So it's really, really dried up both the range and the volume. Yes, we're making new highs. Yes, all time frames are high. Markets do not go bull bear. I know that, and they don't. But they need help. You know, exhaustion's going to go to a new extreme if they don't get some new fresh blood to get distance, volume, and tempo away from these all-time highs. I hope you had a great day trading. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org. Thanks for all the likes and subscribers to my YouTube channel. Have a great night, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.